Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video I'm looking at some really brilliant high street beauty buys. So they're very affordable, they're readily available, and there's only one anomaly in this video, and that's a baby product, but I had to put it in because I've meant to mention this over and over again, and I know that lots of you out there have got babies, so I'll just pop this in the beginning. It's the Veleda Calendula Nappy Change Cream. Angelica has never really had nappy rash, and Ted hasn't really had it either. But now and again, if they look a little bit sore, I do use a bit of cream, and this one's just very natural, very lovely, and really does the trick completely. So that's my first thing. I just wanted to get that out of the way. Next thing on the agenda, brand new launch for the UK. This has gone into Superdrug. I've been very excited about this because I love a French pharmacy brand, and I like it when they become readily available in the UK and when they're affordable. This is Mixer, and this is a dermatologically tested range for sensitive and dry skin. There are 5 body lotions, 3 hand creams, and then a sort of multi-purpose product, which is a repair balm, face, hands and body. And the body lotion is actually the best-selling body lotion in France, #1, and has been for the last 10 years. So nice that it's come to the UK, and it's at a really nice price point as well. I've been doing a bit of delving into the history behind Mixer, because on the information that came through with the products, it said that this was established, a brand was established in a French pharmacy in 1924. Actually, it says on the front of the bottle, it says Mixer was created by Dr. Roger. I suppose it would be Roger, wouldn't it? Dr. Roger, not Dr. Roger. A French apothecary whose unique expertise of mixing active ingredients in pleasurable formulations inspired him to create dermocosmetic solutions for sensitive skin. I didn't realise it said that on the front. So yes, Dr. Roger sort of enjoyed mixing together his different ingredients, which is why it's called Mixer. But basically his pharmacy was in an area of Paris that was really just packed full of laundrettes, basically. There were loads of laundrettes doing the linen for very wealthy French families, and the laundrettes that worked there in that area came to him for a solution because their hands were just all sort of dry and chapped, and as they would be, I suppose, if you're doing laundry all day with the detergents. And these are the sort of formulations that he came up with. So I've been testing out a few things. The soothing body lotion, because as you know I get those really horrible dry scaly shins which really irritate me, and this one isn't perfumed, so I try to just keep it quite unfragranced on my shins. This one's got oat milk in as well, so nice and soothing. And then I did 2 different hand creams because they're both quite different. I'll show you. The first one, which is the SOS Repair Cream, is like the really full-on very nourishing and repairing one. This is the SOS Repair hand cream. It looks very different. It's not creamy. Don't know whether you can see that there. And it is very intensive. I'm gonna have to put it on my arm now because I've run out of space. Very intensive, but it's not too greasy. Sometimes I test out these hand intensive masks and things like that, and I literally have to take a towel and dry my hands off before I get into bed because I just hate the feeling of it. But this one, although it feels very protective, like there's a barrier on the skin, it's not slidey greasy. So I don't mind this one at all, and it really does the trick overnight. I've been using this as a sort of intensive overnight treat. The other one is the anti-dryness hand cream, and this one absorbs much faster and much more completely than the SOS one. It's not so intensive, but it's a much creamier formula, and this one is for dry hands. So dry hands and very dry hands for the other one. But this is more like a daytime cream, I'd say, you know, if you're going to be typing on the computer and things like that, and you don't want to have any residue at all. And then the Cica Repair Balm, which I've been using on my face as a really very rich, you know how I like my very rich and buttery face creams at the moment, just because my face is so dry. This one makes a really nice base. I was finding that when I was using full coverage foundations, because I've been testing loads out recently, they were looking a little bit chalky and they were sitting in fine lines and stuff. So I've been doing a really big layer of this, massaging it in, which incidentally, when I used to model in Paris, I used to go there a lot, the makeup artists used to always use sort of French pharmacy brands and the richest cream that they could find, and really massage it in well before they started the makeup. And it just used to make it look very glowy and sort of dewy without having to add any shimmer. Before the days of highlighter mania, it was all about the skin. Lovely. So you can get all of those at Superdrug. And staying on the skincare theme, and actually the Superdrug theme, I've been using this recently and it's very, very good. This is the Stubborn Makeup Remover, Eye Makeup Remover from B at Superdrug. And look, it's a biphase one. And it really, really does take off all eye makeup. Everything, I think, struggles a little bit with waterproof. I've never really found anything that just cuts through waterproof mascara just like that. But pretty much everything else, and it does get waterproof off. It just, you know, you have to sort of soak it a little while, but you do with even the expensive ones. Next thing, and I've just had to pop out and buy another pot of this because my empty pots got thrown away, which is understandable because it's like, why am I keeping empty pots and bottles? But you know, I need them for empties videos, so that's annoying. So another fresh pot of this is the Ultra Blend from Lush, and it's a very rich balm cleanser. Very rich and buttery indeed. Does an amazing job of taking off makeup, even eye makeup, so you can use it all over. Doesn't leave a greasy residue, but doesn't leave the face feeling tight. It's not fragranced, it doesn't have a particularly nice smell, it's not horrendous, but I can't say that it's a joyful balm to use, but it means that every skin type can use it. There's nothing that would really make you go wrong with that. So I suppose the pros in that case outweigh the cons. And then the last thing in terms of skincare is the Freederm Spot Gel, which I mentioned in my skincare for new mums video, which is on my other channel, because it doesn't have salicylic acid in it, so it's safe for use during pregnancy. So if you're pregnant and you're suffering from horrible breakouts and the odd sort of pustule, then this is the one to go for. This was recommended to me by Dr. Sam Bunting, and I've tried it and it's really good. And so cheap. All of these are excellent budget buys, really. There's nothing that's particularly expensive, and it's all available on the high street or in the chemist or drugstore, whatever you want to say. Hence the title of this video. Next thing, bit of an interesting one. This is Pitch Rock Crystal, and it's such a good deodorant. I used this a year or so ago and then I stopped because I was testing other things. It doesn't have the aluminium in, which is what people tend to worry about with the deodorants, but it actually does seem to work. I mean, do you know what, when I used it to go into town yesterday and I had to get the pram on and off taxis and lifts and all sorts of things, it was really stressful and it was really warm. I did break a bit of a sweat, but it didn't really smell. And I think that because you have to apply it to completely clean skin, so after a bath or shower, if there's any bacteria on your armpits already, I don't think it works. It basically deals with the bacteria that cause the odour, which is what makes you have BO. And I mean, I've been staying pretty odour free. I'm not the most sweaty person in the world, and maybe that's why it works for me, but it's not, you know, it's not sort of masking odour with fragrance, it's stopping the odour in the first place. But you still feel like you're sweating, you still feel a little bit damp. So it's very odd, but it's very worth having a look at this one if you fancy switching up to a more natural deodorant. And then a few makeup things that are my makeup best buys from the high street. Some of these you've seen before, so you'll be completely bored with them, but I'm going to go through them anyway. Bourjois, this is the Blur the Lines concealer, and I've been just using this more, I think, than any of my high-end concealers. I use it in shade 1 and it's really easy to blend underneath the eyes. Very soft and convenient if you're on the go or if you've not got much time, because it's just not messy and you can use your finger. Sometimes creams just go all over the place, don't they? And then a good mascara that I've been trying out. I've actually got this on at the moment. I don't know whether you can see that my lashes look a lot longer than they usually do. I've been trying out the L'Oreal False Lash Superstar, and this is the Fibre Lash one. It's got two different mascaras on here. First of all, this primary one. And the reason that I like this one is that lots of them have these sort of loose fibres. I cannot get on with that at all. So you brush on these loose fibres and they sort of go all in my eyeballs, leave me blind for about a week. And then you brush on a mascara over the top. Well, this is like a thick, tarry sort of primer, but it's black. So you don't get any loose bits of weird white stuff showing through. But it works really well on my lashes. I like this a lot. It's pretty much the first one of these duo things that I've properly thought, no, I can deal with wearing this. And then another thing that I've talked about loads and loads, but I think that brush-wise, if there's one brush that really changes my makeup routine, then it's this one. It's the little smudgy brush, and this is from Real Techniques. I'm just going to show you what I do with it. If you like doing a smoky eye with a soft kohl pencil or one of those creamy eyeshadow pencils, then this is what you need, because you just put your liner on, and then this is the perfect sort of stumpy shape for just smudging it out. I haven't got liner on, obviously, I'm just doing this with a bit of shadow so you can see. I just pop a bit of shadow right on the lash line in the outer corner, and I find that it really lifts my eyes, and that's what I use this one for. It used to only be available in a set of sort of 4 brushes, but now you can get it, oh my god, this one looks so clean compared to my one. You can get it in a little duo, which is a lot cheaper. I'm going to put all the links to everything below. And then finally, a new lipstick discovery, and these are the new ones from Burt's Bees. I was initially drawn to them just because I love the packaging. It's so light, it's almost sort of weightless. It's the opposite of, you know, that very sort of heavy, clunky, luxury lipstick casing. It feels like there should be nothing in there really. But there were loads of different shades, and I found a really nice nude, which was the second thing that really drew me to the range. And this is 500 and it's just called Nude. And it's just a really nice sort of sheer finish. Not too glossy, it's not at all sticky, but it doesn't feel drying, and it lasts quite well. And I do like Burt's Bees. I like them as a brand. There we go. Loads of good ideas for you there for affordable high street beauty buys. Hope that you've enjoyed it. Again, I'll list everything below in the description box, and I shall see you next time.